Hi, my name is Pete Ellis, and I work with HP in the Displays Business Unit, and I look at future technologies for our displays. First, I want to show you some of the new commercial products for 2013, and I'm going to start with our line of Performance Pro displays for commercial mainstream use. Here's our new ID, nice black streamlined type of look with the 16:9 aspect ratio and LED edge lighting. We also incorporate in the back VESA mounts for mounting onto a swing arm, as well as a carrying handle to be able to carry it from desk to desk. This is a 16:9 aspect ratio, which is interesting from the standpoint that commercial enterprise users have been used to 16:10 aspect ratios and 4:3 square aspect ratios. But with the prices of 16:9 coming down and the addition of LED backlighting, making it more greater savings from the energy standpoint, it's starting to make a lot more sense for commercial environments to drive these types of display technologies. So as you can see, it is a nice ID. It can go well on any desk. It's well solidly built, and got a great construction to it as well. We offer these in 3 different sizes, starting at 18.5 inch, 20 inch, and 21.5 inch. The 18.5 inch has a resolution of 1366 by 768. The 20 inch has a resolution of 1600 by 900. And the 21.5 inch has a full HD resolution of 1920 by 1080 lines of resolution. There are 2 variants on the 20 inch side, one that has integrated speakers built into it, and another that has our ever popular IWC or Integrated Work Center stand that can also incorporate a thin client onto the back of it for a nice space conserved workspace. Okay, let me move on to our next item here. This is the HP U160, which is a USB-powered notebook monitor. It's powered by a single cable based on USB 2 that provides 5 watts of power to the 15.6-inch monitor stand. So this is a great type of product for anybody who does traveling presentations, who might want to have a customer-focused presentation where they're able to provide the client with their own display while they drive their presentation from their own notebook. And at the end of the day, when they get back to their hotel, they can set it up in a snap in less than 3 seconds and have their own extended display where they can have an Excel spreadsheet on one and a Word document on the other and really get a lot of productivity work done. This display is selling for $179, and that will include the carrying case that it is attached with that makes it nice and slim, protects it while it's in case, and has a nice pocket with a magnetic clasp that can store the cable in it as well. This is all based on DisplayLink technology, which basically creates a virtual display over USB. The drivers that come with the display can easily be installed on your PC, and you can be up and running in just a matter of seconds. Now I'd like to talk about our consumer mainstream line of Pavilion displays for 2013. One thing you'll notice right off the bat is we're incorporating the similar color schemes and ID aspects of our PCs and all-in-one computers into our monitor line. For instance, you may see this arc in the back of the stand, which is resemblant of our HP Spectre 1 all-in-one computer, where we incorporate that same type of design, look, and feel, and that helps establish a cohesive brand of products across our lineup. Also in the back, you'll notice connectors that are all right angle and easy to access. You don't have to reach up and under and try to screw in a USB or DVI cable. It's all right there at your fingertips. There's a nice slim edge to the display thanks to the LED edge lighting. But what's most notable about this display is the IPS panel itself. So here we have an IPS panel, or what's short for in-plane shifting. And IPS is famous for having a wide viewing angle of 178 degrees, both horizontally and vertically. And the advantage of that to a customer is that no matter whether they're looking at it head-on or off to the side, the colors are going to maintain their integrity. They're not going to shift or lose their contrast or brightness. They're always going to have bright vividness from no matter what angle you view them at. So if you're using them in a multiple monitor configuration where you may have one display that's head-on and the other display is off-axis, that off-axis display is still going to look good and be easy to see. Also, if you're sharing photos or videos with friends and family, You could be sitting, they could be standing, everybody's going to get a good picture from wherever they're looking at. We've also added edge-to-edge glass, so there is no bezel framing the LCD display. It's just the bare glass of the LCD itself, nothing to obstruct the view of what you see on it. So you get a great viewing angle there at any location. We also include a couple pieces of software with the display. There's HP My Display software that is a PC-loaded application that allows you to control various settings like your color, your contrast, your brightness of the display right from your PC. And we also include HP Enhanced Plus, which is a monitor application which helps clean up video. In the advent of lots of videos being uploaded on YouTube, you have varying degrees of quality, some that are noisy, some that are too dark, some that are too bright. And with HP Enhanced Plus, you can use that settings to make a cleaner, more enjoyable picture to view. We have 5 different sizes here on the Pavilion lineup. We start at a 20-inch, which has a resolution of 1600 by 900, and it comes with VGA and DVI connectivity, and an anti-glare panel on the front. From there, we go to a 21.5-inch, which is a full HD resolution. That's 1920 by 1080 lines of resolution, and also includes HDMI in addition. Then we go to the 23-inch model that you see here, the Pavilion 23XI. And from there, you go to a 25-inch model that has an addition of a glare panel on the front, which I'll show you an example of in just a moment, and capacitive touch controls on the front for the OSD. And finally, we have a 27-inch with similar features that we offer for a great wide viewing experience. We start the pricing at $130 and on the 20-inch and go to a range of $340 on the 27-inch. Okay, now we're going to move on to our new display, the X2401. One of the first things you'll notice about the X2401 is just how slim it is from the top to the bottom of the display. It's got a nice aluminum backing for a nice ID element, as well as supports the structure of the LCD panel. It has a nice easel stand that can support some tilt back of the display. And then for cable connectivity, we have both DisplayPort and HDMI connectors on the X2401. The cables themselves are right-angle connectors. They come in the box, and therefore they're flush with the edge of the display, so you have a nice cable management story. Nothing to get in the way sticking out. But what makes this panel extraordinary in the 24-inch 16 by 9 aspect ratio is that this is an MVA panel. MVA is short for multi-domain vertical alignment. And like IPS technology, MVA is capable of providing wide viewing angles of 178 degrees. But where MVA also excels in is its spec for static contrast ratio. So with the static contrast ratio being 5001, you're going to be able to be provided with deeper black levels, and as a result, richer colors across the line. So if you're an amateur photographer, you want to have your photographs with a wide range of colors to them, or if you're just viewing text in a spreadsheet, in a Word document, or an ebook, where you want a good high contrast between black and white or white on black, this is going to be a great display for you. This will be selling for $249. Now we're going to move over to the NV27. This is a step up from our Pavilion mainstream line of displays as we really build up the NV class of our display lineup. And like the Pavilion class of displays on the consumer brand, we're also using IPS panels here with the edge-to-edge glass. So you've got great wide viewing angle, great color to them. We're also stepping up the ID quite a bit. So we use an offset base here made of aluminum die cast that's nice, aesthetics, cold to the touch. It's an offset design because with the display head of this size, if we would have gone with a normal footprint, it would have extended out well beyond the front of the display. But by going with an offset design that takes advantage of space already taken up by the display head on the horizontal axis, we're able to have a very thin footprint in the back. So you can actually push this monitor further back on your desk, giving you more desktop space to work. And then when you're not using it, you can stow the keyboard down in the keyboard parking area here for the display. We also have capacitive touch controls, a nice new OSD to be able to navigate through, and an ambient light sensor so you can control the brightness of the display with the ambient light of the room, or if you wanted to put it into a power save mode, you could use the ambient light sensor to conserve less power. We also have built-in speakers on this model. We've worked very closely with the engineers at Beats Audio to tune not only the speaker drivers but the enclosures themselves so that they are capable of reproducing a studio-like type of environment. That's really important from the Beats point of view, because if you consider how much time an artist and a producer spend making a mix of a particular piece of music, they do that within a recording studio environment that has or emulates certain acoustics. And they want people who are the fans who appreciate the music to hear it the way that they heard it and produced it in that space. So by using the Beats audio algorithms, they can enjoy the music as it was intended to be heard. Now I'm going to switch to the rear of the display so we can take a look at some of the connectivity here. For connectivity, we have VGA, DisplayPort, and HDMI. In addition, we also have an optical digital output based on the SPIDIF standard, so you can connect this to either a bookshelf system or a stereo receiver and keep the audio in the digital domain. We also have a subwoofer output, so if you wanted to, you could add an additional subwoofer and get even more increased low-frequency response. And we also have a conveniently located side-mounted headphone jack that passes through the Beats Audio there, so you can enjoy private listening of both games and music at your liking. We're pricing the MV27 at $499, and this will be available in February of 2013.